let's get right into it. Let's talk about this Emiru stuff. Now, first things first, I feel like before we get into her apologizing, we need to actually familiarize ourselves with the situation. There might be some people who don't know what's going on. Cindy, are you familiar? Have you seen the entire clip?
Dude, I was gone for a weekend, came back, and shit had hit the fan everywhere, so I don't know shit.
All right, perfect. Well, then we're going to let this play out. If at any point you want me to pause, you want me to commentary, whatnot, go for it. But this is the full clip within context because supposedly there was like some context cut out in the short version. Spoiler alert, there really wasn't. But yeah, we'll let this play, and then we'll go through some of the responses, and then we'll get into the actual apology.
Thoughts on ice?
Is there volume?
I genuinely have no idea what
This
that
is
is.
the
I don't know
bias
what
again.
you're
This is Twitter. This is X.
What is Hassan at? I don't know what. Oh, no, I know what ice is. I thought. Okay, never mind. You.
What the hell even is that?
So last thing, she was going to be rating food, right? She was going to be rating food, then doing some Red Dead Redemption. As for what this is, I got no idea. It doesn't look too appealing. Your boy, Bit of a Chef, looks like some sort of like ham, mashed potatoes and gravy sort of thing. Or maybe, oh no, this is that same bread. This is the bread before and after the gravy, maybe. Either way, she was going to be rating food and playing Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
I do. Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to like say their opinions on like important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to like get off the internet. Like,
agreed.
Yeah.
Unless it is a political streamer you're watching, Asmongold, Hassan, Tim Pool, Patrick Bet David. Like, the point is, whether you like or hate those guys, the point is, unless it's a political streamer, who gives a fuck about people who aren't covering politics, what their opinions are on politics? She's incredibly correct. If you are so like internet brain rotted that you need to make sure that your favorite streamer agrees with you on every little political thing, get fucked and get off the internet.
No, I completely agree. Do not ask for my opinion if you don't want me to be the opposite of you, because it could very well happen. And then when it does happen, I will inevitably say, oh, that's nice, and then move the fuck on because I don't care.
Cindy, what do you think about ice?
Oh, I love ice.
My girl.
Not in my
just
drink.
stop.
Oh, yeah. No, ice in your drink makes it watered down completely and utterly. Absolutely.
Like,
but ice when they're wrapping up them Mexicans, that's good ice.
They could up the
like, hello? Like, I don't, like, what? Like, how am I gonna, I don't know, get help? Like, even, like, I don't know. Like, obviously I don't, like, dislike any of the political streamers, except for, like, some of, like, the really bad ones. I don't really like them. But it's, like, I don't understand how in the first place people...
Hey, we got Wizard Man, member for 1 month, says, Ice, Ice, Baby. Yeah, that's right. Way better version of the song, that gay-ass Queen and Bowie version. It's so repetitive and boring. No, shout out, Wizard. Thank you very much.
Care so much what they say. I guess it's because they just have a lot of reach or influence, but it's like, why are you listening to them in the first place? I don't know.
So that's the clip. That's the clip.
It?
That's what she said. That's what made the internet just lose their collective shit, was her saying she doesn't commentate on politics and that you shouldn't be looking to your favorite streamers for politics. Unless you're a political, because again, I consider myself to be a bit of a political streamer. People want to ask me about my politics and whatnot. Yeah, I'm going to fucking tell you because I cover politics. For somebody like Emiru, who does gaming, who does cosplay and whatnot, who gives a shit?
I don't really cover politics on my channel. I know fuck all about it. I tell my chat all the time. It's like, you guys can ask questions. I'll give you guys my opinion on something. But overall, I don't really like politics. I don't care about it.
Well, you cover things that are politically adjacent because you do cover
Mhm.
culture war stuff, which is
Mhm.
fine. So you have to have some political knowledge, but like you're right. You don't go into hard politics like I do. When I do my Wednesday and Thursday streams, usually the first hour to two of those are nothing but hard politics before we go into the pop culture stuff.
Oh, well, see, I didn't know that. I don't watch your afternoon streams.
Yeah, I usually sleep during that time. So
Yeah.
here's just some of the way people reacted to that post. Pretending to not know or care about politics so you don't lose your racist followers is the most lame coward shit ever. Or how about this one? Last year, I worked at Universal Studios and 90% of my coworkers were Hispanic. One night, my friend was sitting in the break room and I asked what she's still doing here since her shift ended an hour ago. She said they all have to wait to be picked up by, she said they all have to wait to be picked up because ICE was outside.
I would
I
be calling ICE, I assure you.
Based. I cannot imagine living in LA and not knowing anyone more affected by what's happening. It's not just politics. It's wondering if your friends will get home safe. It's wondering if you will get home safe. Guys, they're 90% Hispanic because Los Angeles used to be part of Mexico. Los Angeles is a Spanish word. Their grandparents were born here. You guys are like geographically impaired. This is
If you're
such utter cope. But the
if your
comments are both
grandparents are born here, you're not illegal.
right. Why is Universal hiring illegals? She wants to live in a nice neighborhood. Obviously, she's not in favor of the illegals. Interesting story. Do they consider not breaking the law and entering the country illegally? Have you considered politics is more complex and nuanced than your poor, emotionally charged anecdotes, or trying to bully people you agree with you that agree with you is dumb makes you look bad? What about the kids who get killed from these illegals? Just food for thought. Hi, Hispanic here. If you have legal papers, ICE is not a threat. On the contrary, it goes on and on. They roasted this clown. They roasted this absolute loser. 55,000 followers. What about this one right here? Oh, go for it.
No, I just said get fucked.
Well, this one might be my favorite because it's the fucking dumbest. Just say I don't feel comfortable discussing it because I'm not informed. Shaming viewers for wanting to know what their favorite creators think about real world issues is weird. Not everyone is asking you to tell them what to think. People want to see if your values align. Get fucked. This sentence right here. Shaming viewers for wanting to know what their favorite creators think about real world issues is weird. No, it's not. No, shame any viewer that comes into a non-political streamer stream and starts talking about politics. Because if you're not here to engage, I say this about anything. Like if I'm covering, let's say, the Epstein stuff, and people start talking like spamming, like, "Oh, did you see Death Battle this week?" I don't give a fuck. Engage with what we're talking about right now, because that's what the fuck we're talking about right now. So if you come into someone's stream, especially an apolitical streamer, and you're not engaging with the content, get fucked. I will shame away. Shame on you for being fucking retarded and not reading the room. Rest of us here are engaging in a conversation and a dialogue and going through what we're doing on stream. You're the retard.
Oh, no, absolutely. Shit. You've even seen it in my chat where you had some dude just going off about how
I've gone off on people in your chat for that shit.
It's like, dude, come on now. There's ways to act online that you should know better. And this person's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and I think Tebow said it best. Tebow earlier said, that's a parasocial shit right there. Absolutely. If I'm streaming D&D campaigns, I want people to interact with the D&D campaign. Now, ask me about Trump and Epstein files when I'm DMing games. Bingo, bango, bongo. Exactly. And so then we got this right here from, Denham's, just crown queen of the tards.
When did people on the right get so soy? You're smearing and defaming by calling someone a chud. No, it tells me everything I need to know about the character of someone who talks about things this way.
Oh, go gargle Hassan's balls. Shut the fuck up, you dumb cunt.
It's intentional ignorance, but that's okay. It tells me everything I need to know about...
She absolutely did not, Valiant. You were 100% wrong. In fact, this is a brain dead ass take. We're going to go over her response, but it was not. It was a dog water bullshit cope response. Emiru is a fucking loser for this post. Not in general. I'm sure she's still a very nice gal and whatnot, but the post itself, loser ass post. But we'll get to Emiru's post in a moment.
This person, if you are fine with commenting on things you don't know about when it benefits you, when you know your audience will like you talking about it, that's one thing. But then for you to use an opportunity or ignore an opportunity where you could talk about something, maybe your audience doesn't like it, maybe you could educate them on it a little bit, but you choose not to, you're just siding with whatever your chud or chudette.
I'm sorry, but people like her and her audience are not able to be educated because that would require a lot of intelligence and self-awareness.
Yeah, it would also require not, like you said, gargling Hassan Piker's ballsack.
Yes.
Yeah, no, she's, oh, well, this is an opportunity for you to teach. Fuck teaching your audience. That's not inherently every streamer's, goal or whatnot, or their motivation, or for one, their fucking responsibility. Like when I come out and I do my political streams on Wednesday and Thursday, it's not my job to teach y'all in the audience anything. It's for us to discuss, have opinions, have conversation, be entertained, and me be entertaining. We can agree, we can disagree, whatever, doesn't matter. And if you guys say some dumb shit, I'm gonna call you on it. If I say dumb shit, y'all frequently call me on it. But at the end of the day, there's no this isn't a poli-sci classroom in a fucking college.
Oh, poly? Okay.
Political science, poli-sci.
Oh, okay.
Wants to hear. She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say fuck ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
She's not qualified.
Yeah. No thought that sells pictures of her asshole on the internet is qualified to talk about politics. That's neither here nor there. You don't need to be qualified to talk about politics, say fuck ICE. Well, actually, maybe you should, because anybody who's actually educated in politics isn't anti-ICE. And in fact, only the people unqualified are the ones saying fuck ICE.
Yeah. I like to take care of my country, thank you. I don't want it infiltrated like Britain. And if you're not here legally, it's not hard to get your green card, dude.
Mr. Melancholy for a two-banger says, Casey Tron and Denims need to get sued again. Well, Denims is still actively, unless I'm incorrect, Denims is still actively in the middle of the H3H3 lawsuit. They finished the Casey Tron shit. Denims is still actively in the middle of that one. Her and Frogan both. Unless I missed the boat, unless I missed the memo, that's still ongoing. But yeah, I agree. Sue again. Sue again for all I give a fuck. Could not care less. They are worthless. They add nothing to the zeitgeist. They're intellectually devoid. They're devoid of any sort of entertainment value beyond intellectual value. It is truly just the fact that people listen to this is mind-blowing. And that's coming from me. And let's be real, I ain't exactly the greatest streamer on earth or whatever. But she goes on.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And even she's capable of saying fuck ICE.
Then guess what? She did political content. By saying fuck ICE, she did political content. So go for it, Cindy.
Well, I mean, like, isn't it also in a sense like they're doing like, I could be wrong, but like, is it that not political when you're going on to your own stream and crying and apologizing for something you're not even sure what you're apologizing about? Like, that's
well, not only that, but like, yeah, she doesn't do political content, and yet she still said fuck ICE. Yeah, no shit. We know she doesn't do political content because she said fuck ICE. We know she's part of this leftist streamer bubble out in California or whatever that doesn't that only sees things one way, which is basically to the left of Mao Zedong. Yeah, very obviously she doesn't do political content. She goes wherever the virtue signal is. She goes wherever she thinks the online majority is, even though that's not where the majority is whatsoever. Basically, it's audience capture, and it's just saying the things that you think are the popular thing to say so you maintain relevance. Cutie Cinderella probably doesn't understand or know or have any actual feelings or emotions about ICE. She's saying fuck ICE because all the other popular streamers in her circle are saying fuck ICE. And if she doesn't say it, she will be ostracized by both them and the audience.
Yeah, completely agree. Oh, man.
What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say fuck ICE. And I don't know if you know this. If you're an adult in this country, you should be the minimal amount invested in politics because you live here. There's this weird idea in America, especially,
so
where like you can just
poor ICE, you dumb, just moronic cunt. Oh my God.
Go off, Cinny.
No, I think you honestly should shame these people because that is so fucking stupid. Like, oh my goodness. She's the type that just wants to ban people because they would point out facts to her and she'd be mad because it goes against whatever bullshit she's trying to spout. Fuck this bitch.
Correct. Show this broad facts. She'll show you the ban hammer. Exactly.
Oh man, you didn't have to tell me she's an e-thought. She just emits the energy.
Trust me, there's no thought in it.
Yeah.
Be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics. What? If you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country.
I do. That's
don't
why
get
I
to be like,
support
well, I-
ICE.
Well, and not only that, if you're above the age of 18, like you should quote unquote care about politics. However, you can also remain apolitical because you know what? There's a lot of shit out there. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit on both sides. There's a lot of people with opinions. There's a lot of brain rot going around. Ain't nothing wrong with being apolitical on your public stream. Maybe you've got political opinions that you hold deep inside your feely parts when you're off stream. But when you're on stream and you're not a political streamer, your job is to entertain motherfuckers. All right? You don't need to sit there like, I have no idea what Emiru's politics are. Now I have an idea of what they are after her dumbass apology that we're going to get into in just a moment. But even if that apology never happened, I got no idea what her politics are. And I can be wrong about what her politics are. I'm just assuming based on her posts. But that being said, it shouldn't fucking matter. All right? When I go watch a movie, when I went and watched Iron Lung the other day, I didn't give a fuck what Markiplier's politics were. I still don't know what Markiplier's politics are. Again, he's probably a lefty liberal type. He's out in California. He's a streamer. He's a YouTuber, whatnot. Yeah, he probably got some lefty liberal ass politics. But you know what he does? He shuts the fuck up about him because as the great Michael Jordan once said, Republicans buy shoes too.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this whole taxes thing. So I'm just not going to pay for it. You can't say like, well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff. This is by far like the, I think, dumbest.
Wait, did she admit to not paying her taxes?
No, she said she didn't agree with the taxes.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't agree with the tax, okay, never mind.
American quality, saying I'm not into politics.
Yeah. So that was that brain rot. See, all
Don't
her
our taxes? Well, hold on. Don't our taxes go up if we have more illegal immigrants?
Everything goes up, but yes.
Yeah. So wouldn't, if you don't like paying taxes, wouldn't getting one of the contributors to higher taxes out of the country help?
Again, she's retarded though. She's a retarded leftist that doesn't believe in borders.
Okay.
So now you guys are all pretty much caught up on the initial backlash. People were throwing shade at Emiru for saying, everything that she was saying in terms of like staying apolitical. Streamers who aren't political streamers don't need to be giving their opinions. Things like that. So now with all that being said, she caved and she bit the knee yesterday because this was 2 or 3 days ago. She caved and bit the knee yesterday. Here is what she had to say. We're gonna go through this. And this is a long post. We can go through it bit by bit. At any point you want to commentate, Cindy, you say it. Hello. It's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there. I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shot by it. When the clip starts, I was responding to a mod asking a question that included the word ICE. I'm not someone who normally comments on or gives my opinions on serious real-world topics, so it didn't really click to me they're referring to the agency. You can see in the clip when I say thoughts on ICE, there's an instant cut afterwards that makes it seem like I'm responding directly to that question, which I'm not. Now, I played the full clip, not the condensed version. The only difference between the condensed version and the full version is that little bit of confusion and quiet where you could only hear the music and whatnot is cut out. When she responds to the ICE stuff, she's like, ICE, what about ICE? And then it cuts to her going on that rant about, people asking streamers' opinions. So there's like 30 seconds, give or take, cut out of it. I'll be real, it doesn't really change the context whatsoever. To clarify, since this has gotten a lot of people speculating about my real thoughts, it should go without saying no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who's doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. And there it is. Basically, she bit the knee and said ICE is bad. Yeah. By the way, yes, if you are here illegally, you should absolutely have to live in fear of losing what you have here to ICE or any other government agency because you shouldn't fucking be here. It just goes without saying. So yeah, Valiant Girl earlier was saying like, oh, she gave a good response.
He did clarify. He meant on her stream.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. On her stream, I agree. That was great. However, that's irrelevant now because she said this afterwards. No one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who's doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. By the way, the regardless of who's doing it part is still her facade, her attempt at remaining apolitical. That's her way of like, oh, it doesn't matter if it's the left or the right.
You made your stance. You made your stance. You are no longer apolitical. You got political, and now you'll never get away from it because these people know that they can just.
You beat me to it. You're jumping the gun. All of that thought, because you're right. I understand the world is a savage, cruel, messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things. And an agency like causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. This is such bullshit lefty liberal Marxist talk. Is like, oh, I would never want to invalidate anyone. Shut the fuck up. Real people aren't struggling with this shit because if you ain't illegal, then you're fucking fine. No one's struggling with this except for brain rot internet losers that don't know how the real world works.
And you don't have to worry. They are deporting the families together like responsible people.
To me, that's not even political. It's basic human empathy. No, you dumb hoe. It's suicidal empathy. What is it with these broads and suicidal empathy? But here's the dealio. Before we even go further on this, do we believe what she's saying? Or is she just now saying it to placate the cancel mob? I don't know because you can't trust her.
Is there any that's true. Is there any chance, like her manager said, I assume she has a manager, that she...
You're beating me to the punch again. I was going to bring that up as well. Once we get there's some follow-up tweets to this from other people. So yeah, you're ahead of the game. I like where your head's at, girly. All right.
Yeah. For once.
Goes on to say, I never made comments on stream about ICE in the first place. That was a dishonest and intentionally maliciously clipped post. It's a very common thing that clip accounts do to streamers, and it's becoming more and more common. It should go without saying, no one should have to live in fear or suffer because of who they are, where they're from. This is something that's always been important to me. I just tend to try and focus on my creative stuff around games and cosplay rather than try to take up room in an environment already polluted by misinformation and hatred. I don't for a moment believe that this was important to you. I think it's only important now because you're not used to this much. I don't know if harassment is the right word because, like I said, I don't believe harassment even exists online. You can mute, you can block, you can turn off the fucking computer, you can ban people from streams, the whole nine. So whatever this is, it's not harassment. The point is, you're not used to this much fucking backlash. So you have to now say, oh, I've always felt strongly about this.
You can't do that. You can't do that because, oh my gosh, you are like, she is not going to be prepared for everything that she just signed up for. I mean, if you had tripled down on the, you should not go to your favorite streamer for politics, a lot of people would have stood by you, myself included, because that's fucking...
Myself included as well.
She said nothing wrong, but now she's got to say everything right, or the pushback that she's going to get is going to be intense.
Well, no, I would say even that's incorrect, Sydney. And here's why. Saying everything right, you can say everything right to these people, but now you've burned the bridges of the people that stood by you, like you, like myself or whatnot, the people that were like, good, you know what? It's A-okay to be apolitical and be just an entertainer. We're standing. So now you burn the bridges with us when you bend the knee like this, and then the people that you're bending the knee to still aren't going to accept it because now they're going to hold you to an even higher standard.
Oh yeah. You chose the wrong path, honey.
Additionally, I thought I might as well bring this up now. It's a very traumatic and personal topic, so this is why I avoid talking about it. I will never be friends with anybody who abuses anyone, assaults people, or consumes content that enables the abuse of children. Now,
you cannot be a Twitch streamer because I have no idea, but anyone who abuses anyone, well, now you can't stream with a good portion of people on Twitch because that's what they do. They abuse others.
Well, this is directly in response to Tectone, who she used to have a podcast with, her, Asmongold, and Tectone. So Tectone has been away due to him going through a civil lawsuit over sexual assault allegations. So he said, never apologize to the mob, never try to rationalize with those who weren't rational to begin with. And guess what? Doesn't matter if he lost his lawsuit. He lost his lawsuit. He is technically found liable for sexual assault. Hadn't hurt his views. Hold on, let me refresh this page real quick. See if his numbers have even gone up. So he's still over 1 million subs. 185,000 views, 42,000 views, 113,000 views, 57,000 views. Him having these accusations and whatnot, and even being found civilly liable, seems to not really be a problem. Why? Because he's standing with his convictions, and therefore the audience are going to continue watching him. Whether you like Tectone or not, completely fucking irrelevant, because guess what? His audience, even after he was found liable, which by the way, it's a civil suit, not a criminal one, so it really doesn't actually mean anything. Trump was also found liable in a civil suit for a sexual assault claim from like 40 fucking years ago. So yeah, let's be real. These mean absolutely nothing. If it was a criminal suit, that'd be one thing, but it wasn't. So it's irrelevant.
No, I didn't even know about all that. So
But yeah, but when she says here, she's like, I avoid talking about it. I will never be friends with anybody who abuses anyone, assaults people, or consumes content that enables the abuse. She's throwing Tectone under the bus without actually naming him, because a lot of people, after she made those apolitical claims, everyone was spamming her with like, well, you're friends with Tectone, and he's a sexual assaulter. Like that's what happened.
oh my gosh, yeah. So it's
your best friends with Asmongold, and he's a full-blown Nazi.
So is she gonna abandon Asmund too? No, she can't. You know why? He makes too much money. He gets too many eyes. Like, she's not gonna throw him under the bus. Tectone, on the other hand,
Tectone, to my knowledge, just as big as her, if not bigger.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, this is so stupid. Like, you either stand with your friend or you don't, and then you either feel this like the way about how streamers should not have. You shouldn't go to your political or your streamers for politics. You should. Oh my God, what is she doing?
Well, and you say stand by your friends, and for the most part, I agree with that. Now, if any of my friends were actually found like criminally convicted for sexual assault, yeah, I'm gonna distance myself. It's like, yo, you mean you were actually found by a jury of your peers with all the evidence in a criminal case that you raped that bitch? Okay, sorry, homie. We ain't gonna be friends anymore. No offense. I don't want to be friends with a rapist. But if it's a civil suit, which, let's be real, is just litigious bullshit for the sake of litigious bullshit, that would mean literally nothing to me. Literally nothing.
I don't know about all that. I don't understand court systems well enough to know how that works. But like,
okay, I'll put it this way. Here's a quick version to explain how it works. So you know how O.J. Simpson was found innocent of murdering I'm blanking on her name, but anyway,
Nicole?
O.J. Simpson was found innocent of murder.
Yeah.
He was found civilly guilty when her parents sued him. So he lost the lawsuit that they brought against him in a civil court, and he had to pay them a bunch of fucking money, even though criminally he was found innocent.
How the fuck? Okay.
So that's my point, why I say that civil suits are fucking irrelevant.
Huh.
I've always been a creator who's friends or on good terms with basically everybody. Streamers in Texas, in LA, in all different bubbles, and this has unfortunately included some bad actors. A lot of people have questioned how these bad actors found their way into my circle, but it's certainly not because I'm okay with vile behavior. No abuse, not sexual assault, nor pedophilia. These guys did their best to hide their behavior, not only from me, but from everyone around us as long as they possibly could. As serious allegations or evidence came out, I always immediately dropped them and vowed to never make content with them again. Basically, everyone in Austin did the same. These incidents, multiple of them, of course, were something the streamer community here talked about extensively and affected all of us a lot. Shut the fuck up. This is irrelevant. You didn't even, all this extra bullshit is just like, please take me back. Please put me in your good graces again. I'm sorry. I'll bring up all the Me Too stuff and the sexual harassment. I know it was all about ICE, but I'll bring up all this extra stuff as well to show you how bent my knee is. 90-degree angles? No, even more.
Oh my gosh. Well, enjoy that like limbo that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life.
But she goes on. I thought actions over words, never interacting with these people again and preventing them from being involved in streamer community activities, a lot of which in Austin are hosted by me, would send a clear message that this isn't the type of shit. This type of shit isn't welcome. I suppose maybe that did not make how I felt clear. Well, hopefully this makes it more clear. Anyone who abuses people or children is not my friend and never will be again. always has been that way and always will continue to be that way. I know this won't stop people from taking issue with the way I do things. Then why'd you make the statement? Why'd you make the statement?
I was just gonna ask because this is so fucking dumb.
If you're ending this thing with, I know this won't change anything, then why the fuck did you even do it?
What was the point of virtue signaling?
As an excellent question, my dear. Excellent question indeed. I don't expect it to. I'm saying this because I know my community and friends are fatigued. You know what? Your friends and community are fine.
Go for it. Go for it. About it. If they're fatigued, that means shut up. Just
yeah.
Oh
If your community is fatigued, maybe they're coming to your streams for everything apolitical, which you had already been doing. You had already been doing cosplay stuff and gaming stuff. People go to Asmongold when they want to hear about ice. People come to you when they want to see you talk about fucking food and your next anime or video game cosplay or play Red Dead Redemption in admittedly a pretty hot looking cowboy outfit. But the point is, people come to you because they are also fatigued. And now you're just adding on to it. You could have shut the fuck up and just played your fucking video games and raided your little food, and none of this would have happened. And you could have ignored it, and it would have blown up in a week, give or take, when Hassan Piker inevitably does something else stupid, or when some other streamer inevitably does something else stupid, or whenever the news cycle happens with other big shit news. The next time Blizzard has some dumb fuck up event happen, and everyone's talking about that. If you just shut your fucking mouth for 7 days, which we all know is impossible for a woman, this would have blown over. But instead, you bent the knee like a fucking moron.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's never gonna know peace now. And this was the dumbest fucking statement released thus far. I'm impressed. She had 3 days to think about this.
Final paragraph. That's pretty much it. Thank you for taking the time to read this. I will continue doing what I usually do. I just wanted to finally say something because the speculation lies are getting out of control. It'll likely continue. I hope putting my stance out there will help those already feel unsupported and unsafe. Like there's one less person trying to send the hatred their way. But you never sent hatred anywhere because you played fucking video games and you raided food and you did cosplay. What the fuck?
You know, there's people that could say you sent hatred in a game and you want to kill people because you played a particular type of game. Like it doesn't matter what you do. Oh my gosh. How do you witness all of this firsthand? Like I just picked up streaming in the last year, but she's been at this for a while. How do you just now decide you're going to do this? This is so fucking dumb. We are past this. We need to be able to go, okay, that's virtue signaling. It's easy to spot. Move the fuck on.
Not only that, because you mentioned that you've been doing this for just a little over a year now. She's been doing this for God knows how long. Not only has she been doing this for God knows how long, she's the #1 female streamer on Twitch. You would think that the #1 streamer would know how these drama cycles come and go with like blow of a fucking wind.
Yeah, this isn't high school. It's not high school anymore. You don't have to pander to these people. There was no necessary reason for you to say, you know what? I'm going to make a message for X and broadcast my retarded thought for everyone.
But remember when you were saying that it's not going to change anything, and I told you to hold that thought?
Yes.
Well, guess what? Here's the proof of that. Quote tweeting this very apology. OMG, hee, I thought we were talking about Ice Cube. That's why I said if you need a streamer who doesn't even know about anything politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to like get off the internet, guys. I swear. Emiru would be so for real. So yeah, this individual's trashing her. We got Wyatt right here says, laugh my fucking ass off. She got the call. And this goes back to what you were saying and what Tebow was alluding to potentially in the chat as well. Is this something she was forced to do via her management?
See, this is why I couldn't have a manager. This is why I had to go independent, because I would triple down. I would make an apology letter like this, but mocking the people that would want it.
So here's my thoughts on it. Let's say her management said to do this, right? Let's say her management said to do this. Fuck them. Say no. And your management says we'll drop you. Let them drop you. You're a millionaire. You can find a new fucking manager.
Hell, you could go independent. You could be solo, hire some friends or something else. You have so many options before you. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this was not the right way to go.
Yeah. Even so, then I want to make my stance on this very clear. Even if this was directed by her management, they said you have to do this, it's still her fault because you can tell your management no.
Mhm.
So yeah, I won't like people can entertain. Well, maybe she was forced to. No, she wasn't forced to do this. She wasn't. In no way, shape, or form was anybody forced to do this. In fact, I believe it was Usher. I think the R&B singer rapper Usher, who he made some like pretty based anti-LGBT statements a year or two ago, right? And everyone's like, oh shit, he's gonna, you know, and the cancel model came out and like he's gonna bend the knee. He's gonna bend the knee. Very next day, Instagram image appeared of him apologizing, bending the knee, the whole nine.
My God.
No, hold on. Day after that, he says, "Yo, that was bullshit. My manager typed that all up and posted it without my permission. I feel exactly what I felt in the initial post."
We don't get to see that often. Oh my
So,
gosh.
I don't know if there was any follow-up after that, but I remember that situation. That was fucking hilarious. So even hypothetically, if this was Emiru's management or she was told to by management, guess what? She always has a choice, and she chose wrong.
Yes.
So we got this one right here. We got Trigger Point saying Emiru bit the knee to people who hate her. Why do people keep doing this? Now, I love Shu. Shu was great. I adore Shu. But she is so fucking wrong here. Honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. They get in your head, isolate you from bad friends, make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal people opinions, or in this case, no public opinion. I immediately regret it every single time I bent the knee to escape harassment. I don't blame Emiru. They are demonic freaks. Now, I agree with that last part. They demonic freaks. However, it does not matter if they get in your head. Look, shout out Hit Note for the raid. Thank you so much. It does not matter how much if you don't have the mental capability, if you don't have the mental capacity, the emotional wherewithal to not let these fuckers get in your head, then this ain't for you. Sorry, this job ain't for you because now they own your ass. Now they control you. Because you bent the knee, they control you. I get that this is Shoe on Head trying to be empathetic towards Emiru, but it means literally nothing. Once again, Hypno Raid, shout out to the Bigot Army. Thank you oh so much.
Hail to the Raiders. I really wonder because Shu and Emiru are like really, really pretty, right? Like they feel like they could
Gorgeous.
socially, huh?
I said gorgeous.
Yes, they are. They're very gorgeous. So it just makes me feel like I think Shu is probably closer to my age than Emmy. But like I feel like they never got.
Shu's mid-30s, Emmy's 28. I don't know which one of those would be closer to your age, but like that's their ages.
Yeah, so I feel like neither of them got bullied in high school or any school for that matter. Because if they did, they'd realize this kind of behavior is pretty normal when it comes like
well,
I agree.
Shu does realize it. Shu doesn't like she does double down, triple down, the whole nine. She's talking about in her younger years. This is why she says she regrets every time she bit the knee.
Yeah.
Talking about when she was new to this.
Okay, fair. I just think Emmy is not used to people being mean to her.
She's not. And she's probably not used to people being mean to her because she's apolitical. So for the majority of the time, people aren't asking her political opinions and whatnot. But guess what? Now that you've been forced to give them, yo, shout out. Thanks for the sub, Moogle. Love your name, by the way. Moogles are dope. Anyway, now that she's been forced, she made the choice herself to give her political opinions. It comes down to, in fact, I'll pull up the exact post what it comes down to. My boy LG Gilmer shared this with me. It's a classic age-old post. It is aged beautifully. So I said, bending the knee and trying to placate these people is retarded. You would think someone who's the #1 female Twitch streamer would know this. They're just going to look for another reason to trash you. L post. And then LG comes in with the classic Jordan Peterson tweet. Will be held to a higher and higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standards by the very mob you currently wish to please. Others will make a mistake and will devour you with glee. Please take this warning seriously. I liked you.
Who?
Jordan Peterson. You know him, you saw him. Point is, what he said here is objectively true. Like you will be held to a higher and higher and soon impossible to maintain ethical standard by the very mob you currently wish to please. And now that Emiru tried to please that mob, she's fucked. They own her.
Oh yeah.
And then Casey Tron came in.
Oh
Casey
fuck
Tron gave her
you!
2 cents.
No,
So-
this dumb bitch. Are you kidding? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm.
She highlights these guys did their best to hide their behavior, not only from me, from everyone around, as long as they possibly could. So again, Casey Tron, one of the people who was calling for all the the defamatory statements. I made a video on this earlier. If you guys haven't checked it out, my entire video earlier today is all just covering Casey Tron's dumbass statements. So she says, and that was prior to Emiru's apology. Now that Emiru has bitten the knee and apologized, Casey Tron says, can we just stop acting like these men hid their behavior? Teton was being abusive to his ex literally on live stream. Stick to appealing to dumb incels. Nobody else is fooled.
Did Ethan allow you to speak, you dumb bitch?
That was good. I liked that. That was good.
Ah, I'm so fed up with these ladies. This is why
Yeah.
I'm turning into a misogynist, just so you know.
Base. Continue being a misogynist. Misogyny is awesome. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. We are basically at the precipice of like, Emiru's done. There's no goodwill. In my opinion, at least, she burned any and all bits of goodwill when she decided to go on this insane crusade to try and appease and blend in with the leftist cancel mob.
I just don't understand how you guys, like, she has to be watching her numbers, right? Like, how would you not at least think in some form or fashion, hey, this is probably a bad idea. Like, there should have been a warning going off. That I just can't imagine this is not a move by like her manager.
But again, like I said, even if it was a move by her manager, that is irrelevant because she actively agreed with the management's decision to move forward with this apology, as if that would ever change anything.
Oh, I just don't understand. I'm so glad you're my friend, Leon, because I know you'll tell me I'm being stupid and overthinking. She needs somebody to tell her that.
Agreed. She needs to fire her management if this is what the management did, but the damage is done.